morning, my beautiful lovelies. Hi, it's Emmy. Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make a vegan turkey with a little bit of a twist. Let me just show you. Dun 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 dun! Isn't it amazing? And this turkey tom is entirely vegan and is composed of vegan hot dogs, carrot dogs, cranberries, and lots of toothpicks. So the inspiration for this beautiful turkey came from Charles Phoenix. I'll be sure to put the link to the original recipe down below. His version, of course, is all meat. I thought I'd put a little spin on it and make it vegan instead. All right, so let's go through the process on how to assemble this gorgeous bird. So the base of the turkey is a tofurkey. And so we're just going to prepare it and bake it as directed on the package. It takes about 2 hours to cook. To make the vegan little smokies, we're going to take some baby carrots and boil them for 6 to 8 minutes until they're fork tender. Then we're going to drain them and run some cold water on them to stop the cooking process. Place the carrots in a bag. So next we're going to add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, a 1/4 cup of water, a couple tablespoons of soy sauce, a splash of liquid smoke, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, some black pepper, and about a tablespoon of maple syrup. Zip up the bag, place it in the refrigerator, allow it to marinate for at least 4 hours. I let mine go overnight. So after they're done marinating, you can either grill them as you would regular hot dogs, you can pan saute them, or you can even bake them. I chose to pan saute them. So just pan saute them until they get a little bit golden and you're ready to serve. So for the vegan dogs, I prepared them as directed on the package. I brought some water up to the boil, placed the hot dogs in there, turned off the heat, and allowed them to sit for about 2 minutes. All right, now we are ready to assemble. Take your warm tofurkey, and then you're going to get lots and lots of toothpicks and skewers and proceed to decorate and transform your tofurkey into a turkey. So for the neck and head of the bird, I chose to use this vegan chorizo. I used a little bit of wire and threaded that through and gave it a little bit of a bend so it looked more like a neck. Then I took 2 cranberries and poked those in for eyes, cut a carrot for the beak, and then I used some vegan bacon that I blanched for the gobble. So I used Charles's bird as a reference, but of course you can make this turkey however you like. So I took some of the baby carrot dogs with a toothpick and topped it with 1 fresh cranberry. I used that to make a row of feathers behind the bird. Then I used subsequent larger and more hot dogs behind that row to create a fuller tail. For the front of the bird, I just used toothpicks that I cut in half and covered the whole front with cranberries. And for garnish, I laid a nice green bed of fresh spinach below to give a little color contrast. And there you have it, vegan turkey tom. I'm extremely pleased with this. A little note, this will be extremely bottom heavy because there are so many hot dogs on the back of the turkey. It's going to want to fall backwards. So that's why I put it in a casserole dish, and I also put a little bit of reinforcement below to keep the turkey from toppling backwards. If you plan on making this, I should warn you, this takes a long time. There are lots of components here, lots of pieces, lots of cranberries, lots of hot dogs. So make sure you give yourself ample time to make this. Got my plate. I've got my tofurkey gravy. I'm going to take one of these. Oh, I really don't want to take this apart. I'm going to take one of the hot dogs. Let's see if I can get into the tofurkey here. Way in here. I have to remove some of these pieces. It's so sad. All right. I've actually never had raw cranberries before. Cranberries, by the way, are native to New England, and they grow in cranberry bogs. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna try to get a slice of my tofurkey here without damaging my bird too much. Okay, there's some of the tofurkey. Get some of that stuffing too. What's kind of cool about the tofurkey is that it's also stuffed, so it has some dressing in there as well. There's so many toothpicks in there, it's difficult to get it out. Now let's have a little bit of gravy on the side. A little green for garnish. All right, happy Thanksgiving. Itadakimasu. And you know, the tofurkey is actually quite tasty. The stuffing is actually very good, very flavorful, full of that traditional sage flavor, Really nice, soft, moist texture. And the turkey portion is pretty good. It tastes a lot like those soy deli slices that you can get. Pretty good texture though, pretty rubbery, resilient. It's got kind of toothiness that's quite meat-like. The flavor's not quite there, but it is a meat substitute. It is a little dry, like turkey, but the gravy's really good. Same texture, same color, a little bit different flavor, but still very satisfying as the idea of gravy. All right, now let's try the carrot dog. I've been dying to taste this. Because you're curious, like I was, they don't taste anything like a hot dog, but they are delicious. They are full of flavor, natural sweetness from the maple syrup and of course the carrots, but there's a nice tanginess from the apple cider vinegar. And that little splash of liquid smoke really, really makes this delicious. I think I'll prepare carrots like this again. Like carrot coins, delicious. Or even as a hot dog prepared with all the toppings, I think would be fantastic. Delicious. Definitely making that carrot recipe again. All right, let's try the vegan dog. I've actually never had a raw cranberry before. Let's try that. Oh, wow. Interesting kind of texture. Slightly crunchy, spongy, pretty light, a little bit juicy, very, very tart. Not so great by itself. Flavor's pretty subtle, but yeah, a little too tangy just to eat by itself. All right, let's try one of these vegan hot dogs. All right. Wow. That surprisingly has kind of the flavor of a hot dog. Smoky, a little bit garlicky and oniony. Doesn't quite have the texture. The flavor is a little bit different. It's not really porky. It has more of that soy again flavor again, but pretty stinking close. Odd. So there you have it, vegan Thanksgiving. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys have a great, happy Thanksgiving, and I shall see you in my next video. Toodaloo, take care, bye!